Hi, friends. Hi, friends. Alena Shautsova is here. I'm back. We just tried to go live before, but again, I've noticed that for some particular reason, not knowing what the reason is, every time we discuss something interesting related to immigration reform and administration, my life getting cut off from that specific stream software that I'm using. So for that reason, because I saw that some of you were joining before and had burning immigration questions, I decided to repeat it. So please join me. We're going to discuss the new proposal by the Biden administration, at least the rumors of that proposal, reported by various various news outlets. Parole in Place for about 1.1 million undocumented spouses of US citizens. And we're going to discuss who may qualify for it, what it will actually give you if you qualify for it and apply for it, how you will be able to use it, and if currently there is something similar that can be used to improve your immigration status. So please join me, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, type up your questions so that in the end, I will be able to answer them. I promise I will try not to ignore your question and I will answer it. So please like, share the stream. Again, my name is Alena Shautsova. If this is your first time here, welcome. I am an immigration attorney. Physically, I'm located in New York, but I do help people in all 50 states and overseas. I do hold regularly these live sessions where I'm answering your guys' questions and I'm sharing immigration news, different tips. I provide my comments as to what to come, how you can benefit from it, if it's a good thing or bad thing. So please type up your questions, say hello, say where you're watching from, and we're going to start. Parole in Place. It's not an entirely new concept. Parole in Place have been used by immigration authorities for a very long time, usually in very, very limited situations. Currently, Parole in Place specifically is being used on a wide scale basis for members, for family members of those who are in the military, either active military or honorably discharged. And military may include the Guard, National Guard, it's Army, Navy, Reserve, and that's being used right now. To apply for it, you have to submit Form I-131 with USCIS. You cannot file for it if you have active removal proceedings or an order of removal. You would have to first address that in immigration court. For that reason, Parole in Place sometimes not such a popular option, and it also takes a long time. Even to get a receipt, you have to follow up with USCIS multiple times after you submit the Parole in Place application, which does not have a filing fee. I wish they did a very small fee, so at least you know that they received your application. So Parole in Place gives you what? In the current version that we have, if it's granted, it gives you an opportunity to file for work permit and protection from removal, but most importantly, it solves the issue of illegal entry. Why some people cannot get a green card in the United States, even if they're married to a US citizen? Because they don't have legal entry, allowing them to file for adjustment of status. But Parole in Place solves this issue because once granted, you get this entry, even though you didn't have to leave the United States and come back. And after that, immediately you can file for adjustment of status and get that green card. If you do not qualify for Parole in Place right now, your only option would be to go through I-601A waiver route, where first a spouse files I-130 for you, it has to be approved. Then the case transferred to the National Visa Center, where you pay immigrant visa fee, and then you file for I-601A waiver, which currently may take 2.5 years before it is granted. But the worst part of the I-601A waiver route is that non-citizen will have to leave the United States and get that immigrant visa from overseas to come back. Many people are afraid to do so. They're afraid that once they leave the United States, they will never be able to return. Rightfully so for some people. If an attorney did not check all the factors, all the facts, if a person forgot or was not truthful on the application, they may get stuck overseas, accused of claiming to be a US citizen at any point while they were in the United States, or they may not know they had a prior order of removal, or they may have another issue, fraud issue, so on and so forth. So some people do not want to deal with I-601A waiver, and parole in place for them is much more comfortable option. And another way people who do not qualify for parole in place may fix their status through cancellation or removal. But this is even less desirable because in this situation, you would have to be first in removal proceedings facing deportation. So. Now, Biden administration says that about 1.1 million US citizens are married to undocumented residents in the United States. And they propose to give parole in place to everybody who will apply, regardless if their US citizen spouse is in the military or not. That's the proposal. That, as we know of it from the immigration from the news sources. Plus, it's not just every single spouse, but only if, according to the news sources, if the spouses were married for a specific amount of time, 5 or 10 years. In other words, if it will be an immediate marriage right before announcement, you may not qualify for it, at least according to the sources that we are getting our information from right now. No official announcement from the White House yet. So this is the proposal. Will it help people? Absolutely. Is it a true immigration relief for everybody? No. It's an immigration relief for certain people who are married to spouses. But I'm going to tell you, on a daily basis, I receive tons of phone calls from people in a similar situation who will be able to benefit from this program. And whether or not it will become the law, we will see. If you go into Google Biden parole in place immigration proposal right now, the first articles that are going to pop up would be criticizing this proposal, calling it an amnesty, calling it, look, he's going to make everybody who is illegal, legal, and so on and so forth, which is, of course, not the case, is mischaracterization of the proposal. It's a mere adjustment to the tool that is already being used. And for that reason, as an executive action, it actually may work. So we're going to see what's going to happen with that. You just need to know that, first of all, you need also usually to be a person of good moral character to qualify for it. Don't forget to pay your taxes. Guys, very important. If you have any outstanding criminal arrests, pending convictions, close them up, all right? Work with a criminal defense attorney to resolve all this mess. And don't forget to get documents confirming your date of birth, such as birth certificates with translations, passports, and just work on obtaining your immigration file through FOIA, perhaps. If you had prior immigration history, it's also going to help you, if something does pass, to file for it very fast. That's what the proposal is. And now, if you guys have questions, I'll be very happy to answer them. Hi, Sanchez Allen. I got asylum approval, and after 1 year, I filed for green card. Yay, through a lawyer. Now it's 11 months since green card application, and we have not received USCIS receipt notice. What can I do? Change lawyer. Well, I would understand if you didn't receive a decision in 11 months, but not to get the receipt. It's sort of strange. When you filed for the green card, did you submit an application filing fee? You were supposed to submit a check for $1,225. If it was your check, see if it was cashed. If it was never cashed, your application never reached USCIS. I don't know what happened, but it was never reached. It never reached USCIS. If you ask for the fee waiver, most likely it was denied and for that reason there was no receipt. But again, you should have received some sort of a notice. So check with your attorney that you have. What confirmation do they have that they actually mailed the package to USCIS? If it was their check, can they check their records to see if the check was cashed for filing fees? If so, on the back of that cashed check, through your bank records, you will be able to see the receipt number. Very valuable information, guys. You actually, this way, can get the receipt number for your filing prior to getting actual physical receipt from USCIS. If you cannot find trace of any of that, refile your I-45 as soon as possible. Thank you, Alan, thank you. Hi, Duke. If you guys have more questions, please let me know. I understand that today's live thing was, again, a little bit, not perfect in terms of the first attempt was interrupted by God knows what, and that's why I have a second one, just to make sure I will be able to answer your guys' questions. Hi, the Duke. My newly married wife failed to file for tax this year, and last year too. Will this affect me if she sponsors me? Most definitely. I'm not sure what's the reason why she didn't file the taxes. If you don't have, you may not file taxes, I believe, under the tax law, only in case if you don't have any income to report, any income, but the threshold is like none, no income. If she simply filed to file taxes because she didn't want to, she was afraid that she will face penalties, please fix it with the CPA or tax advisor as soon as possible. Because to sponsor somebody for immigration benefits, person would have to submit an affidavit of support. And there is a question there. Did you file your taxes for the past 3 years? If you say you didn't, you have to submit an affidavit explaining why you did not. And also, affidavit of support form serves as basis to see if you're going to be subject to public charge or not, because your family member is supposed to have certain income to support you in case of long-term institution if you're going to get into hospital for a long time. So it's very important that this issue of taxes is cleared up. All right, extremely, extremely important. Even if she files taxes and her income is not enough, it's different from not filing taxes at all. If her income is not enough, it's okay. You're going to find a joint sponsor, all right? That's how it works. Guys, I ask your questions. If you have more, I will be happy to answer them. I just had a live previously with my Facebook followers and my followers on TikTok, and we had a great live. We had lots of questions discussing various aspects of the proposal. Also, let me know what you think about the proposal. Do you think it's a good one, a bad one? Do you believe that it will pass? Honestly, I think that it's the easiest way to bring relief to at least some groups of people, right? At least to some groups of people. If you recall, if you've been here in America for a very long time, like I have been, you may remember that during the Obama administration, Obama wanted to give something similar to as DACA. They call it DAPA, Deferred Action for Parents of US citizens. But there was a lawsuit and it never went through. That plan failed. But that's another way someone in administration may try to get some relief to immigrants who are here. Because remember, without the act of Congress, all that is available to us would be an executive action. And parole in place may be actually not such a terrible solution. We're going to see if it's going to pass or not. Let me answer one more question. Hi, is it okay? Hi, Vibai. Is it okay to file taxes married but separate to filing for 100 after 10 years having green cards through marriage? Absolutely not okay. If you are, what's happening right now, guys, I'm going to explain to you. If you received your green card based on marriage, Currently, there is a new trend with USCIS, where in addition to your qualifications for a green card, for your qualifications for naturalization, they check the basis of how you received your green card. And if it's on marriage, they're going to ask you again, even if though 10 years passed, where you resided with your spouse, how you were commingling funds with them, if you have children, this and this and this and that. So I understand that 10 years passed and you will be filing for a green card based on 5 years as a green card holder, opposed to 3 years, but you still face this scrutiny. If you guys, for some reason, are separated, right, then file for the proper separation documents with the court and everything, or divorce your spouse. But do not file separate taxes, because it's always a red flag for USCIS. They may try to say that you never had a legal marriage with valid marriage with this person. And if you think that I'm talking weird stuff, just go on forums and see what people are saying. I receive abnormal amount of phone calls from people who say, I submitted my N400, but I made a mistake and put incorrect address history. USCIS checked my I-45 form, which I filed with my spouse, and then I-751 form, which I filed with my spouse, and stated that because of my incorrect address history, I had a fraudulent marriage and the green card was issued in error. And now, instead of getting naturalization, I'm facing removal proceedings. So everything always has to be done super correctly for immigration, not just correctly, super correctly. Don't file the separate taxes, right? It's not worth it. It's not worth the headache. Let's see. All right. Hello, Alex. If you have some questions, please let me know. So this is the information. Oh, no problem. Vibai, I'm happy I was able to help you out. Please like and share the stream. Subscribe to my channel if you can. And this will be very helpful to me to grow my channel. So this is information I wanted to share with you guys. Of course, this live stays as a recording. You may refer to it, comment, let me know if you think this parole in place would be an acceptable proposal for now. It's not a comprehensive immigration reform, but let me know what you think. I think anything is better than nothing. And thank you very much for joining me this Friday night, and I hope to see you soon.